Alright guys, so wanted to give an update on NVIDIA tonight. So based off of this chart, we are pretty much at the point of telling us, hey, it's time to either correct or hey, it's time to put in a new leg. Tomorrow will be the factor of that decision in my opinion. So today with NVIDIA, this right here, this fast move looks like a failed reject, like a failed breakout, which also created an imbalance. Now, we do have some PCE data, I believe, in the morning. So what we're going to be watching is this imbalance. This is going to give us some money. So tomorrow, say if you open up on a gap down, say if you come down, say 178, 177 may hit this EMA here, expect this imbalance to fill. Say if we open 179, 180 and it's a quick pop, expect that gap to fill or to fall. Now, the bullish case, you would want to see like an open over 180, 157, possibly a cleaner open would be 182.50. So if you open over 182.250, then I could see a new leg being come in. But just remember, expect this to get retested. So what you would want to see is 181.57 to actually enter a trade. But loss, you would set your stop loss at 180.86. That would be the pure. Well, you'd actually want to go a little bit below about 180.50, just because those imbalances can sometimes wick harder than what expected. Uh, so if we do get the gap down, like just remember you will retest 180.86 before that actually gets a flush down to keep going. Now, if say we open up even lower, the cleanest thing would be to come back to retest this, then you also create another imbalance. So if you see this start creating a lot of imbalances up here, that means there's money being rotated before a new leg. So that's what's important here. When you see these imbalances, you know that this cycle is almost complete. Um, I personally love. I've been waiting on a video for a while now. Like I did take that trade today, did all right. Held the remainder of those contracts just because I couldn't take the risk off for wanting to see what this does tomorrow. Um, yeah, probably should have hedged against it by calls as well, but I didn't. Because it just let's take it down a notch and see what shows on the extra time frames I have it. Like if you look at it like this form, this just looks like a failed test. You also failed here once you pop back up before. Got a little bit of flag look going on. Sorry, I'm off screen, guys. So right here, you failed. Come back, swept the highs. Now the it's going to depend on the data what it does. If you want to mark your boxes on that imbalance, the number is 180.70. Hold on, let me zoom in and get the exact numbers for you guys because that's very important. Just remember, just this imbalance, two wicks together like so. So you have 181.61 on upside and 180.85 if it's downside. So remember, open below here or open above here. Okay, that's going to be what's going to give you your trade tomorrow. Like if it is a gap up, say a 180, 150, expect to buy calls because, and that does make sense here. It does make sense because PCE at that 180, 157, that would be from today's close. It's about 0.8%. Now, tomorrow could get very volatile. Bunch of back and forth. This is a very large candle, so you can't expect this just to open and then push to the high of that recent or the low of this recent candle. I don't expect to get out of this tomorrow. I just don't, because if we are creating a range of imbalances, these sometimes like to take a little bit of time, but you can start to tell, hey, which way is this direction going. So that's going to be the important thing here. Um, if we open up, then yeah, I will start to get really bullish on Nvidia. I still am. I still think we can get the 250. Um, it just depends if it needs this minor correction first. That's going to be the big thing here. Like if we look at the NVDX chart, um, so it also did create imbalance as well. We still are over this big supply zone, demand zone, sorry. Holding EMAs closed above it, that's a good sign. So, I mean, as long as you can open up these bodies up here, then you're looking in really good shape. I mean, you do have a flag look here. I mean, this is also, I mean, to me, this says that extra extension on that fifth leg with the inverse head and shoulders here as well. It's just a lot bigger. It's NVIDIA. Um, Overall, I remain bullish just because this stance right here. But the question is, will we come back to like 1688, which is it's about 8%, so about a 4%, or sorry, 7%. So about a 4%, 3.5, 4% drop on Nvidia before actually maybe continuing on. So I don't think it's nothing to be necessarily scared about. I just think it's a healthy correction. Um, I I think we are in a very good state to continue this next little phase of upside. I still want to see it go through the end of the year. Um, One last thing I want to show you on here. I put this in the short-term charts, but on ES1, the 5-day chart is it has the breakout candle, but it's all going to just depend on that day tomorrow. So ES1, what's going on here? ES1. Sorry, it's clicking the wrong one. So the 5-day chart, it did have a breakout candle here. So it's just the top of your bases. This was the first 5 days that it actually broke this structure. Um, Overall, this would be a bullish stance, but the question is, does this fail this 5493, or does it? If it does fail, does it come back to the 5400 level, or does this hit the 5493 level and then continue on? So what concerns me here is how this base of this candle, you see like the top of this one, this red candle starts lower. That's the only reason that I believe we're going into at least a 5-day correction. It makes a lot of sense, and I mean it could be longer than just 5 days, but I do expect if this fails that we will see down to the lower end of this box, which would still be bullish. It's just taking its time. I mean, if you start losing under these previous lows, like 63.72 on ES1, then yes, I could see a very different stance. But as of now, we just got to trade the charts and see, hey, what does this tell us? But overall, we're getting to a point of a good read here. Um, it's just a matter of time to say, hey, I mean, over the next 5 days is when I would like to actually be saying, hey, this is where we're going. That's so you just got to be careful with the trades coming in. I know we've had some hard times with these freaking trades because this market we're in. Uh, it's just yeah, it's been a very 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 volatile few months. No directions. It's yes, it's crazy because there is a direction. We're just going up, but it's such a hard trade to get it to go. Like it's just how it's acting, I guess you could say. Um, yeah, we'll just have to see what's going on here. I mean, above, like on ES1, if you start to break above that previous high, like 65.22, then maybe, I mean, that would be, let me look at the 1 day real fast. See, you even have a little bit of a parallel going on here. It hasn't necessarily touched the top of it, but this could, I don't like when stocks do this little look right here. It's like a half J shape. That's usually the typical signs of coming back down. I mean, you can see a little bit of a. I mean, these can be bullish. These can be. You never know. It just depends. You're just playing supply and demand at this point. I mean, if we look at the SPY, like it did exactly what we wanted to do. We got the continuation. We hit 650. SPY. like this is one of my favorites, just watching, because I've seen these 100 times, and they've always, I don't know why we haven't been trading SPY, honestly, because we could have killed it. So right here you had that base we were talking about. This is your base. You see it's just a flat zone. You come up, this is when I was saying, hey, after that, what was it, on Friday when we had that with Jerome Powell and the rate cuts, we got that big spike. And I was like, on Friday, I said, if we come back to here, it's okay. We know what to do here. I said that in the chat. And if we would have trusted that instinct, you could see what would have happened. So that's just how these bases work. Now, we did have another base here, come back and retest. So obviously this is still in a bullish stance, but these can also get some type of sweep before actually continuing the next cycle. Technically, this would have been considered a sweep right here. It just depends if the structure is going to fail or not. That's just all we're waiting on. I mean, this was a pretty decent move here, to be honest. Like it's so if you took like a measurement from here to here, you get the actual like lengthwise. Yeah, that puts us a little bit higher, 653. So we'll have to see what the data does. That's going to tell us. It could be very well bullish. It very well could be. If you look at this from just a horizontal, I mean, we've already retested, so I mean, that still looks good itself. That base, I love bases. Once you see these, it'll change a lot. Yeah, we'll just have to see. I mean, it could be a J shape. I mean, it could be sharp, but then it could come back down very quick. I do expect some type of correction coming here. I don't know if it starts out. Oh, sorry guys. If it starts out tomorrow or not, that's what we're kind of looking at. But all right, guys, just a little update. All right, you have a good night. All right, thanks.